Hello everyone and welcome to Sharp-Dressed Gaming, and today we're back with Pokemon Sharp-Dressed VGC, Pokemon VGC 2K15. Now, today we are back with the Trick Room team. I did change one of the Pokemon, as you can see. I changed Cresselia to Porygon 2, sorry. And this is because Cress was really filling the same role as Chandelure was. It had safety goggles on it, so it wouldn't fall asleep. But Chandelure is made to kill a Moongus, so I like that a little bit better. They had the same weaknesses, and it just wasn't really worth it. So I put Porygon 2 in there because it's got a different weakness than Chandelure, and it also isn't carrying the safety goggles. It has Eviolite to be able to take more hits. So hopefully that is a little bit of help. Hopefully it helps the team out a little bit. I've only tried it once so far, and I ended up screwing up pretty bad. Went up against a Smeargle team and didn't lead with Scrafty like I should have, so it ended up Dark Voiding everything, and that wasn't a good time. But we're going to see if we can do better. We did get 2 wins in the last episode, so we're doing pretty good so far. The first team we go up against is a Gardevoir, Nidoking, Gyarados, Ninetales, Garchomp, and Zapdos. I assume Gardevoir's the Mega, so I wouldn't mind bringing Shandy here. Chandelure does good against the Gardevoir. It has Flash Fire for the Ninetales. That's about really all it does well against. Nidoking, Gyarados, and Garchomp hit it pretty hard, so I might have to go with Porygon 2 instead. Mawile can pick up the Gardevoir KO, but Mawile also doesn't like Gyarados, Ninetales, Nidoking. So, let's see here. Thunderous would be pretty good here. It's got Hidden Power Ice for that Garchomp, Thunderbolt for the Gyarados, Hidden Power Ice for the Nidoking. We can also Thunderbolt, Zapdos, Ninetales, and Gardevoir for a lot of damage. Scrafty, I think, would be really good here as well. I kind of want to leave Porygon 2, not Thunderous, Scrafty, and then bring the Mawile. And either the Thunderous or the Gyarados. I'm thinking the Thunderous, though. Thinking the Thunderous. Let's go with Thunderous. I think that will be our team here. Looks like our opponent already decided how he wants to kick our butt, so Young Star over here. See if they are actually a star or not, or if we end up winning this one, hopefully. So they have Gyarados, Ninetales, Nidoking, Gardevoir, and they lead with Garchomp, Zapdos, which is the other 2 Pokemon. Sio. I don't see the Zapdos being able to do too much. It might even Tailwind. I got the Intimidate off on that Garchomp too, so both Pokemon really can't do much. And I do trace the pressure from the Zapdos. Honestly, I think I'd rather fake out the Zapdos just because Garchomp's Rough Skin would be annoying for Scrafty. And this is a time where I would have liked to have Ice Beam on Porygon 2. I ended up giving it Protect, just because I didn't really know what I wanted to do with Porygon 2 at the time. So I gave it Protect. I might have to switch that to Ice Beam, though. So I'm going to fake out the Zapdos. Bop. And Garchomp does go for the Earthquake. Makes sense. But it is -1 and it is spread. So it does almost nothing to both my Pokemon. And Porygon 2 gets the Trick Room off. So I think my Scrafty is faster because it's not made to be in Trick Room. It's just made to be a Scrafty. So I'm actually going to check. Porygon 2 speed is 58 and Scrafty's 78. So yeah, Scrafty's faster. Because I was going to Super Fang and try attack the Zapdos, but I think I'll just try attack the Garchomp and Super Fang the Zapdos. That should do a lot of damage. We'll see if the Zapdos has Citrus Berry then. So we'll get the try attack off on this Garchomp. Does a decent amount. Doesn't get any hacks on it though. And Super Fang on Zapdos, does that... No Citrus Berry, and then Zapdos discharges. So this is just kind of a spread move kind of team where there's immunities from both the Pokemon. Or at least from these 2. So very nice, very nice. That does decent amount. Honestly here, Porygon 2 is going to recover. And then Scrafty's going to Drain Punch, I think, on the Garchomp. Actually, let's knock off Zapdos. Actually, let's double into Zapdos. Let's make sure it's dead. One less move we have to worry about. Try attack and knock off. That should knock out Zapdos then. Because we didn't see Citrus Berry, so it might be Specs Zapdos. And Knockoff will take care of it. Pop. And what item did that thing have? I'm interested to see. It had the magnet, so I'm not entirely sure on this team, just because Zapdos had magnet. Typically you won't see that on competitive teams, but who knows? Maybe they just didn't have an item for Zapdos. We see the Ninetales come out. It is a Drought Ninetales. It is a Drought Ninetales. So I think I'm going to recover Porygon 2 and Drain Punch the Ninetales. Just to try and get some longevity in my Pokemon. I'm going to recover, Drain Punch, the Ninetales. Ninetales will probably Heat Wave, which might actually kill both my Pokemon, but whatever. I'm going to recover here. Garchomp might continue to Earthquake here, though it wouldn't be the best idea because he does have a Ninetales out, but who knows, maybe he will continue to do such a thing. He could switch it up to Rock Slide, but that'll do even less. There's the Heat Wave. Scrafty actually avoids, which is great because it would have killed Scrafty most likely. Porygon 2 can take that like a champ, and Garchomp actually switches it to Iron Head, hitting the Porygon. So Porygon can just recover again, because we're going to need the Trick Room pretty soon here, and I'm going to Drain Punch Ninetales, knock it out. Here's another recover from Porygon 2. I haven't been counting Trick Room, but I think it's done this turn. So that's why I'm trying to keep my Porygon 2 alive. Bop, there's another Drain Punch from the Scrafty. Doesn't knock out Ninetales, leaves it alive with 1 HP. And the Heat Wave connects with both Pokemon this time. Scrafty should be able to take it. I think we're Assault Vest Scrafty. Yeah, we are. And Outrage from Garchomp. I'd rather this hit Scrafty. Yes, it does. Alright, that's fine. Scrafty doesn't live it, but that's fine. I'd rather Scrafty take it than the Porygon 2, because as we see, the Twisted Dimensions do end there. I'm gonna go to Thundurus, because obviously we have Earthquake and Heat Wave. But my opponent's Garchomp is in Outrage, so I'm just gonna set up the Trick Room, and Thundurus can just Hidden Power Ice the Garchomp. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And Outrage is going to connect with who? Porygon 2, so we'll take that. I love that happened, because Thundurus probably wouldn't have taken a Heat Wave and an Outrage. Whereas it can take just a Heat Wave. Do get burned, unfortunately, but fortunately it was just our Thundurus, not our Mawile. And bop, there goes the Garchomp. Easy peasy. Garchomp goes down. And Trick Room gets set up by the Porygon 2. Thundurus can easily knock out this Ninetales with the Hidden Power Ice. And if it's Gyarados, I'll probably switch, because I'd rather have Thunderbolt from the Thundurus. And it is, in fact, Gyarados with the Intimidate. That's fine. So I'm just gonna kill off the Ninetales, so Mawile won't have to take a Heat Wave, and I'll switch Thundurus out for Mawile, just to be sure that I have Thunderbolt for the Gyarados. I mean, I'm sure Mawile and Porygon 2 can take out Gyarados, but we want to guarantee our victory. We don't want to mess around and accidentally end up giving him a victory with just his Gyarados by not having our Thundurus around. It is a Mega Gyarados too, so I can actually just play rough this thing, and we should be good to go. And we are in the sun still, so Waterfall won't do that much if that's what they end up going for. Crunch won't do that much because I do resist and it's also intimidated, and then Ice Fang won't do that much either. So Porygon 2 takes out the Ninetales, easy sauce, and Gyarados goes for Aqua Tail actually, still reduced in the sun, and actually goes after Porygon. So now we can just double into this Gyarados here. No reason not to. Mega Evolve, play rough. And that should be game. Again, this wasn't a very competitive battle. I could tell it right away after the... Well, kind of looking at the team, I was kind of wondering, but then seeing that Zapdos was carrying the Magnet was another tip. That wasn't a very competitive team. But we end up winning 3-0 against Youngstar. And the Mega ended up being Gyarados, too. He could have been running double Mega with Mega Gardevoir, but nope. So we're going to continue battling. see who we can find for our next opponent. I'm going to go in party. In party, of course. And hit that challenge button. We're sitting at 1584 after that battle. So, almost to the 1600s here with this team. Hopefully we can get there for the next episode. We're going against Andre. Polytoad, hidden ability, please. So does he not have a Drizzle team then? Spanish Madrid. He does have a Polytoad. I assume this one has Drizzle. I don't think he'd be in the 1600s without it. We got Polytoad, Ludicolo, Salamence, Arcanine, Aegislash, and Terrakion. So Rain team, I'm assuming special Ments. It could be non-special, of course. But our Mawile will be pretty safe from that Arcanine. And actually, Mawile looks really good here. I wouldn't mind leading with it, but of course we've got a Ludicolo and a Polytoad to worry about as well. Thundurus would be really good here. I'm thinking Scrafty, Porygon 2, Thundurus, Mawile again. Gyarados would also be really good. Actually, Gyarados looks amazing here. So I might have to go with Gyarados. Old Gyra. And Porygon 2. I'd go Porygon 2, Gyarados. I could do such a thing. Do I want to? Yeah, I kind of do. Let's go Porygon 2, Gyarados, Mawile, and Thundurus. And let's lock that in. I'm assuming they're going to lead Polytoad, Ludicolo. So I could have led with Thundurus to kind of scare the Ludicolo into faking out the Thundurus instead. But what? So, with that assumption in mind, I kind of wish I'd bounced Gyarados now. But, with that assumption in mind, I'm assuming Ludicolo will fake out Porygon 2, and then I can just Ice Fang the Ludicolo, get neutral damage off. But it should do a nice amount, because Ludicolo usually don't have very much defense. And then Polytoad, I don't know what Polytoad would do to my Gyarados. Maybe Ice Beam to try and get a neutral hit off. Maybe Scald to try and get a burn. We'll see, though. They might not even lead Polytoad Ludicolo. Seeing as how I have a Thundurus, they might be afraid of that Rain option. And then my Mawile would be safe from their Arcanine too, so that'd be another reason they wouldn't. Okay, I was gonna say, are they at their game right now? Andre, so from Madrid, Spain. Let's see how the old Spanish do in VGC. Alright, Andre is issuing the challenge. I got Porygon 2 Gyarados. Shiny Gyarados. That'll Skullcracken. Polytoad Arcanine. Very interesting lead. I should very easily get off my... what's it called? Trick Room. Polytoad does Drizzle. So Arcanine's stab is reduced. Polytoad's is increased, but Porygon 2 should honestly get very... It should be fine. We do see that Gyarados... Or Porygon 2, of course, is slowest, but... Oh, we get the Intimidate from the Arcanine. Very nice. So this Arcanine should be at -2, then. Very nice. Alright, so I'm just going to set up Trick Room Porygon 2. Oh, not Try Attack. Trick Room, the only one that's not a normal type move. And then I could Earthquake or I could Waterfall the Arcanine. What other Pokemon did he have? Ludicolo, Salamence. He might switch to Salamence. I think Waterfall is our safe... Because he had Arcanine, Polytoad, Aegislash, Ludicolo, Salamence, and Terrakion. Waterfall is our best play. I'm assuming he's switching out to Salamence, so I could have gotten a nice Ice Fang. It's actually Ludicolo. So I still could have gotten a good Ice Fang off, because this is 4 times resisted, but it's also in the rain. Scald, I assume, on Porygon. Yep. Wants to try and get that burn. I'm going to get the Waterfall off. Bop. Does almost nothing to the Ludicolo. And we lose some of our HP, of course. I'm going to set up that Trick Room. Set up that Trick Room. Alright, so I think, yeah, Ludicolo is our biggest problem right now. There was also the Arcanine, which we want to keep Gyarados around for. So I'm going to try attack the Ludicolo. I'm going to switch Gyarados out for Thundurus. No, I'm just going to protect Gyarados. I want to get Thundurus out here. But Gyarados is going to get hit. Or is Porygon going to get hit? Let's switch Gyarados for Thundurus. I think we should be rather safe this turn, so I'm going to switch Gyarados out for Thundurus. So I can get that Choice Specs Thunderbolt in here. And hopefully nothing... He didn't fake out this turn, so maybe Giga Drained. Politoed's going to actually Encore. Well, my Porygon was slower, so I get Encored into Tri-Attack. And Ludicolo Scalds into the Thunderous. Oh, that does a lot. That does a lot of damage. So I'm going to Tri-Attack Ludicolo. Thunderbolt the Politoed, I think. Yeah, Thunderbolt, Politoed. Alright, so hopefully this should take out Politoed easily. Unless he protects, because it's made to take out Melodic. He actually withdraws Ludicolo, that's perfect. What comes in? Arcanine comes in there. That's fine, that's fine. Intimidate off on my Porygon and my Thunderous, which is just fine, as we've already stated. I'm going to try attack again, pop, pop, pop. Does a nice amount to the Arcanine, and Politoed is slower than Thunderous, so now it's going to die. Great. So, God, that's the problem with using Thunderous. It's so freaking fast that even at minus speed, 0 IVs, it's still freaking too fast. Alright, well, let's bring back in Gyarados. We'll get the Intimidate off on the Arcanine. And I'm assuming Arcanine's going to be scared again and switch out into Ludicolo. So I can just go for Ice Fang in that spot. I'm actually going to double in that spot. I'm not as scared of the Politoed as I am of Ludicolo. So I'm just going to double into Arcanine here. Arcanine should switch. Arcanine should switch. Yeah, losing that Thunderous is a problem. God, why does Thunderous have to be so fast? Alright. But we do know our Gyarados is slower than the Politoed. Not that it really matters, because Politoed really shouldn't have anything for us. We've only seen Scald and Ice Beam from Politoed, I believe. And our Porygon is so bulky that it's only taken one Scald and it's still sitting pretty. We haven't had to recover yet. So we've used Trick Room and Waterfall. Same turn, I believe that was, yeah. And then the next turn we Tri-Attacked, got Encored. We Tri-Attacked again. This should be the 4th turn of Trick Room, if I'm not mistaken. Now my opponent, yep, they withdraw Arcanine. Ice Fang should hit. Salamence is his last one. So Salamence is going to be taking Ice Fang, and it is -1 Ice Fang, but it's also Life Orb Ice Fang from Gyarados, so it should do a nice amount. Plus it's also getting a Tri-Attack. Pop, pop, pop. And that brings it down to where an Ice Fang should take it out from here. Get it, got it. Okay, Salamence is down, so honestly I actually would rather have Salamence still here. Just because we have Mawile. He's actually going to Scald Gyarados. Don't get the burn, please. Thank you. Come again. And he could just bring an Arcanine here to get a nice... He actually does bring in Ludicolo. Now, does Ludicolo carry the Fake Out? We didn't see it Fake Out before, so maybe it doesn't. So I'm just going to double into Ludicolo again. He could Protect here. He doesn't, though, so Tri-Attack. I don't think we've seen Protect from him yet, which is interesting. Does Ice Fang take out Ludicolo from here? It should. Oh, it just misses it. So does Ludicolo go for a Giga Drain? That's the question. Gets another Scald off onto my Porygon. Burns it this time. And Ludicolo also Scalds, I assume also into Porygon? Yes. Trying to take out Porygon. Rain stops, and the Trick Room should end this turn as well. Encore ends, and the Twisted Dimensions return to normal, unfortunately. So here I'm going to Trick Room. I'm going to try and Trick Room. And I'm just going to... Earthquake? Or should I just Waterfall and take care of the Ludicolo now? Or should I switch Gyarados for Mawile? I'm just going to Waterfall, take out this Ludicolo right now. Ludicolo goes for Scald. It should take out Porygon. Bye, Porygon. This might be our downfall now because we're going to be slower and everything. Politoed's going to Encore my Gyarados into Ice Fang. Very nice play there. But Ice Fang will still take out the Ludicolo. But see, now that's going to be a problem because he's got Arcanine and Politoed left, so that's exactly why I did it. That's actually probably going to win him the game now. So I'm going to bring in Mawile. Fortunately, Arcanine's going to get another Intimidate off on my Gyarados. And in comes my Mawile. He's going to also Intimidate Mawile, which is going to be pretty upsetting. And the only thing I have for the Arcanine is Crunch. So we're going to have to end up taking a Flare Blitz. I'm going to Mega Evolve. Protect here. Gyarados is going to Ice Fang the Arcanine. I assume they might double into Mawile just because they don't need to double into Gyarados or attack Gyarados at all for that matter because it's on Ice Fang right now. You can only Ice Fang. Oh no, I might have just misplayed there. I definitely just misplayed there because Politoed can easily Encore me now. He's going to actually Scald Gyarados though. And we did see Will-O-Wisp from Arcanine as well, so. See another Ice Fang. Or we see the first Ice Fang. Not another Ice Fang. Now Politoed's just going to do its thing. It's going to Encore. We see the Will-O-Wisp from the Arcanine, so that's just made my Mawile even worse off. Politoed actually doesn't Encore, surprisingly enough. Just going for another try and burn the Gyarados. It hasn't yet, surprisingly. It's gonna get the Ice. I'm gonna get the Ice Fang off on Arcanine, and Crunch probably won't. Oh, Life Orb kills my Gyarados, and then Crunch probably won't kill this Arcanine. It'll do a nice amount though. I hope. It is -1. Oh yeah, it does almost nothing. And then Citrus Berry. So that's going to end up being the game. I'm not going to stick around to wait for him to kill me. Because I don't even know if this Arcanine has any attacking moves. It could. I'm just going to run though. So we will get our first loss against this team. That was a crazy match though. That Encore from the Politoed honestly won the match for him. So very good play from Andre. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hopefully, if you didn't, yesterday the Team Builder video did go up, so we're starting to slowly get some series back. Hopefully I have time to record some Alice today, actually. Alice hasn't been on the channel in a long time, so hopefully I want to have time to do that today. I should. But if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button. And actually, I'm looking for suggestions. Next week, I want to build a team made off of suggestions from the viewers of what Pokemon I should use in a VGC team. So I've got a few suggestions already. If you guys have any more suggestions, be sure to leave them in the comment section below, or post them on my Twitter page. I'll probably see them more easily on the Twitter page. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye!